talk about what my weight loss journey has taught me. I lost 33 kg of my weight in the span of a year with exercise, eating right, going to the gym, really doing a lot of sacrifice. So I've come here to share my learnings from my life so far with the sole intention that even you will love yourself and accept yourself unconditionally, even when you are trying to improve yourself, even when you are trying to become better in your life. So, most of my life I've struggled with my weight like many people. Even today, if I don't eat right or keep on missing my workouts, eventually I will become my old overweight self. But can I tell you something? Even when I was fat, or even when I've always tried to change myself and make a difference in whatever I'm doing or my looks, I've always loved myself. I've loved myself unconditionally. Being a health coach and a weight management specialist, that's what I teach my clients too, to accept themselves unconditionally, to love themselves unconditionally. But before I talk about my learnings, I must acknowledge the fact that wherever I'm today is a huge credit goes to the people on social media who have loved my story, who have loved me, supported me, cheered me whenever there was a need. And wherever I'm today is because of them, because that's when people started knowing me. And I really respect whoever took interest in my story, whoever gave that like or whoever gave that comment and whoever inspired me to become better and work harder. Having said that, this is one side of the coin. On the other side, we live in a real world which is so much influenced by the virtual world. A virtual world where everything and everyone is just picture perfect. Thanks to the filters, the lightings, the props that we use to hide the imperfections in our surrounding and create that one beautiful, wonderful picture which is eye pleasing. So basically, a picture that gets a lot of thumbs up, a lot of likes, and a lot of appreciations on social media. We go to restaurants, it has to be a great looking restaurant, okay? So we go to a great looking restaurant, we order good looking food so that we can click amazing pictures and post them on social media. We go to holidays not only just to take a break, but we also go there so that we can create some like worthy content and please the people whom we do not necessarily know. And at times, after coming back from a holiday, we realized that, oh, there was a fountain too next to where we were standing. So we try to create, so the point is that, we try to please people whom we don't really know. We try to please people just because we want them to like us, basically. But they don't know our story, they don't know what we are going through, what struggles we are trying to overcome. And then we try to change because of all those likes, comments of the irrelevant people, those people who do not necessarily know our story. But then we change because of the influence or the so-called brainwashing that we go through, we try to change. And then if at all we change, for example, let's talk about a weight loss thing. For example, you lost weight just because somebody pointed out you lost some weight, and then there is another set of people who tell you, oh, now you don't look as good as earlier. You were really good looking when you were little healthy or little fat. So now who do you believe? If you keep on noticing such things, then no matter how you look, no matter what you do, no matter how tall or short or dark or fair, whatever you are never going to please each and everybody. So if the root cause of any of your change is going to be somebody's opinion about you, then you've already signed up for a sad life. So whatever rough edges you have, whatever skin color you have, whatever height you have, whatever pounds you weigh, you must become better or you must transform for good, but it has to come only because of your voice within, not because of somebody's opinion about you. You should listen to your inner voice and inner voice alone. So yes, take suggestions from people around you, but learn to filter out the opinions, the biases, so that you can listen to your gut feeling and do what's right for you. So basically, we try to change more or less because of the three reasons that I have come across often. One is because of a lot of marketing. We see a billboard, we see people who look in a certain way and we chase that perfection. We are being told that you will remain miserable and imperfect if you don't use these products, or if you don't become like this, then you are not really perfect. So we try to change because of that. But if you try to change because of somebody's telling you that use my product and then become like this, then you're doomed to fail, if that's the only motive in your head. The other thing why we change is because of people's comments, people's observations, and people's opinions about us. So when we just think of people's opinions about us, then we've already signed for a lifelong misery. Why? Because people's opinion keep on changing, and they not necessarily would really appreciate whatever and wherever we are. So that's the second thing. And third thing why we change is because of a shallow or a very temporary reason. Like you want to look good, maybe for your wedding or a friend's wedding or some event, but that's a very temporary and a shallow thing. So yeah, you will go for some unhealthy dietary changes, and you might be successfully able to lose weight if you starve and then you lost weight, but that's a very temporary thing. Once that event is over, you will fall back to your old habits and eventually to your old self. So that's also not very sustainable approach, because one, it's not safe, and two, it's very temporary. So when I lost weight, even I started with a shallow motive that okay, I want to look my age and I want to fit in good clothes. But once I lost some weight, that's when I realized that the process was changing me as a person. It made me more determined, it made me more confident, it made me consistent, it made me better in my willpower, and I applied the same learnings to other areas of my life. I started implementing the same things, so I started a very sustainable approach. I started eating right, exercising, and leading a life that would ultimately help me not just reduce weight, but be like that forever. So that was my goal. And that you can apply to any area of your life, because this is a very sustainable approach. You have to learn to do the right things. You have to keep on doing the same things over and over again. Show up every single day with the same zeal, same enthusiasm, and same motive that I will give my best today. If you can do that each and every single day, then results are always a byproduct of the right things done over and over again. So you will definitely get your results if you are following what's needed to be done rather than chasing a deadline. Whenever we are trying to cut corners or chase wrong deadlines, we are doomed to fail. So a very sustainable approach for change, not only just for your weight loss, but also for any area of your life wherever you are planning to grow or bloom, is that give you 100%, but wait, don't rush, and everything happens eventually. It's very rightly said that Shanai Pantha, Shanai Kantha, Shanai Parvatamastake, Shanai Vidya, Shanai Dravyam, Panchitani Shanai Shanai. Meaning is that when you are trying to travel somewhere, you are always, we use GPS to find out the area. We know our tank is full. We are all set. There are no roadblocks on that way or whatever. We are always prepared. So we will travel light. We will travel slow. We'll know the destination and then travel. If you're trying to build something, you'll always go slow. You know the resources, you know the plan, and that's when you implement. Shanai Pantha, Shanai Kantha, Shanai Parvata Mastak. If you are trying to surpass a mountain, or you go for mountaineering, you are very much prepared. You know what sort of oxygen levels are going to be, and you will be prepared. Shanai Vidya, whatever knowledge you want to acquire, then do we get knowledgeable in just one night? No, nothing. No miracles can happen overnight. You really need to pour your heart and soul. Only then can you achieve your goals. Shanai Vidya, Shanai Vrittam, meaning that when you're trying to earn, you have to chase certain deadlines, you have to learn certain way, and then Panchatani, you all these things happen gradually, eventually, with the same kind of enthusiasm, same kind of zeal. So that's what we also have to do in any area of your life, be it weight loss, be it becoming better in your communication skills, or becoming better in any field that you choose. So this is a very sustainable approach. So don't listen to people just because you feel that I have to take a hint from there and I have to change. You must be inspired from within, only then the whatever change you're trying to make will happen. And many times, I've heard people tell me that I don't have the right resources, I don't know what to do, I wish I was having this kind of resources. I wish I was having this kind of knowledge. I wish I had this. So these are basically all excuses. If you try to just work and start from where you are, then you can definitely move mountains. It's all about how much effort or how much. See, we usually don't succeed in our journeys, whatever it may be, is one because we don't have the knowledge. So that's okay. It's very easy to acquire. Go to friends, go to right tutors, go to mentors, get that knowledge. And second is, more or less, we are very lazy. So we don't want to really work hard to get that thing. So if you can find out what's actually your obstacle, then it becomes very easy for you to move from there. So you will know that, okay, these are the things that I really need to do. These are the things which will help me. If you can find out the actual reason which is stopping you, then it becomes a very intrinsic motivation and you will be able to achieve whatever you are trying to do. And most of us, we are tempted to rely on motivation. But you can't be really motivated to do the right thing, the needed thing every single day. What you should rely on is discipline. Schedule your time for exercise. Set aside a time where you will learn about cooking or what sort of food improvements you need to make. Once you make a doable plan, then you just have to follow the discipline of following that plan and do that discipline consistently. And then eventually the results will follow. So honestly, any change doesn't is never a linear process. You will go back 5 steps and fall back on the ground, and then you will have to start all over again. But that's okay. That's how it is. So when we talk about weight loss, never don't spend your life mentally tied to a weighing scale. Don't spend your entire life where you are just mentally constantly tied to a weighing scale, and let not weight loss become your lifelong hobby. You should change, but change for yourself, not to please anybody, because events will get over and things will get back to normal and you will be never sufficient for anybody else. So don't give an excuse of not having resources, because again, it's very rightly said that Deva Yattam Kule Janmam Mada Yattam tu Paurusham. Where we take birth is not in our control. What resources we have is never going to be in our control unless and until we work hard for it. So where you take birth, what height you will have, what gender you will have, these are the things, they are not in your control. But what's in your control is the hard work, the paurush, that all of us can change anytime. So this is something which we should always keep in mind, that whatever I have, let me make the most of it. And trust me, if you can use the resources that you are being given, you can create marvels and you can really transform for the good. So listen to your inner voice and keep on chasing or keep on becoming better at any area of your life. And it's a beautiful process if you can give your 100% without taking the burden of what the world is going to think or how the world wants you to be. And introspect. Always think from, where I want to go. Introspect, nurture what you already have. Keep on working for the things you love. And trust me, no external validation or those likes make any sense unless and until you can make your soul smile.